Hi guys, Folk here and welcome to another FIFA 21 SBC video. It is Sunday, it is 6 PM and EA are continuing with this Black Friday SBC content. There's been quite a few things released today. EA have come back with some more Flash SBCs throughout the day, which I've been doing a little bit of, haven't really got anything in them. They also give us 5 more record breaker cards as well, which is pretty nice. And now this player moment 87 rated Memphis Depay, which is very interesting. So of course Aguero on the Friday, Saturday Alessandrini, and then today Memphis Depay. Will we get anything on Monday? In that case, maybe not. And then after we've had a look at Depay, we'll have a look and see if we've been given anything else. I think this is a new thing here. Once again, another 83 rated upgrade pack. All these other upgrade ones are still here as well. Base icon, the flash challenges as well. The rare player pick is still there. There doesn't seem to be any new icons as well. And I think that does seem to be everything for today, which is fine. We're going to have a look at this Memphis Depay card, and we'll also have a look at the objectives and see if EA have given us anything there as well. So not a flashback SBC, a player moments. This is going to be, I reckon this might be because of his Champions League last season. Of course, Leon did very well in the UCL last season. That's what I'm going to say this is based on. It isn't. Okay, it actually celebrates his long-range goal versus Toulouse in the 2016-2017 season. Was he playing for Lyon at that point? Has he been at Lyon for that long? Toulouse, of course, famous for, really developing Ben Yedder, of course, many years ago. I think they're in the second division nowadays, but... yeah, I thought he was still at Man United at that point, but clearly not. He's there for the next 5 days. He only has one segment, just like Alessandrini, which is very interesting. And his cards looks pretty good. But we'll have a look at his in-game stats in a second. What does he require for one squad? 86 rated, team of the week, and sort of high-ish chemistry, but not too bad. Okay. So that's going to what? I mean, Alessandrini's SBC, if I go into Footbin now and I see Alessandrini, what he required, he was an 85 and 1 in form, wasn't he, Alessandrini? So with an 86, that obviously is going to be a little bit more expensive. I think they both had very similar chemistry requirements as well, but we can just get a good idea on how much Memphis Depay would be based on what Alessandrini does cost. Alessandrini costs... just over, literally 100,000 coins. So Memphis Depay will be around about 200,000 coins, slightly less than that, maybe 190, 180,000 coins, which is obviously a lot for an 87 rated card, but he does look good, to be fair, and he's the same rating as an 87 Aguero, who costs like 500,000 coins. So yeah, Memphis Depay, let's have a look at his in-game stats. So 5-star skill moves is fantastic, nice work rate. I'm fine personally with that height of 5'9". He's very versatile, you can use him as a striker, you can use him as a cam as well, which is good. 3-star weak foot. Obviously not ideal, but weak foot, as we all know, doesn't matter as much this year as in previous years. Now, what are his in-game stats saying? So his pace is fine. It's not like insane, but it's obviously, it's good enough. His shooting is very nice. I mean, his shot power and long shots are superb. His finishing and positioning are solid. His passing is fairly well-rounded. I mean, well, it's better than that, actually. 87 vision's really good. 84 short passing, I'd want to be a bit higher. Long passing at 77 wouldn't be too bad for a striker or a cam, I suppose. Nice curve, superb free kick, crossing is solid as well. So his passing is nice. His dribbling is fine. Agility and balance on the low end of the 80s. I mean, can be fixed to get it up into the high 80s or even low 90s. But his dribbling is solid. It's fine. And his physicality stats as well are actually really good. Player traits, superb. Outside foot shots and flair are great traits to have in an attacker. That's a good card. He's better to go for than Sergio Aguero. Obviously, Aguero is more cooler in that, Aguero, we all know, Premier League legend, stuff like that. Memphis Depay, far from a Premier League legend, more like a Premier League flop. But, if we're being honest, but, he has gone to Lyon and he's very much been a superb player for Lyon over the past few years. This card is better than Aguero. He just is. I think he would just play better in game. So he's certainly better value for money than that Sergio Aguero, in my personal opinion anyway. The card design isn't quite as nice as the flashback card design, but even so, it's a better card. I think either as a striker or as a cam would be great. I don't know what position I'd rather prefer him in. Maybe a cam, I'd kind of prefer him, but he could still be used as a striker, 100%. There's no doubt about that whatsoever. And then, of course, when we have a look at League 1 strikers, I mean, you're only really left, to be quite honest, with Kylian Mbappe, who's going to be, of course, a load of coins. And it may be a little bit unrealistic to be able to compare the two cards. You do have Ben Yedder as well, to be fair. Nian as well, the player of the month SBC, which is interesting. Of course, you wouldn't use him as a cam. You don't use him as a striker. Mbappe, you don't use as a striker. Ben Yedder, you can make a case to use as a cam, but I think you get the best out of him as a striker. I honestly think he might be best as a cam for that Memphis Depay card. You do have Mollet, to be fair. So that was a player that we could grind. I do want to compare those two cards, and it'd be interesting to see how they would compare in terms of stats. And Depay was a centre forward, wasn't he? We do actually have, what's this? Is this an informed Depay? It seems to be, doesn't it? Now, what are the differences here? So one less. So the player moments card has 1 more pace, 3 more shooting, same passing, 2 more dribbling, 1 more physicality, and 1 more defense. Now, what does this team of the week card go for on the market? Bearing in mind, this would be a tradable card, and the SBC Memphis Depay, we can all very much say will cost over 150,000, but shouldn't cost any more than 200,000. We can kind of get like a price estimation based on that. So what does this inform card go for on the market? It does go for around about 80,000 coins. So I think we can all essentially say that doing the SBC, you'd have to be putting in an extra 70, 80, 90,000 coins for what would be an untradeable card, but 1 rating higher, and would have the same passing, a little bit more in terms of pace, dribbling, defending, and physicality, but would have 3 more shooting, which is interesting. Both have the same weak foot and skill moves, have the same player traits as well. Listen, it's a good card. I mean, also I want to quickly compare that Mollet and the 87 Depay card. It is a good card. I think he's not insane value for money, but I think, you know, he's not terrible value at the same time. I think he'd be a decent player. I think he's usable at this stage of the game. He's got 4 more pace, much more better shooting, slightly less in passing, slightly less dribbling, much better physicality and less defending, which doesn't matter too much. And this Mollet card, again, decent player traits, 4-star, 4-star. And this Mollet card is good, isn't he? Let's be quite honest. I never got the chance to be able to unlock him. I think you can't get him now. I think it was like the last season that you had to try and be able to get this guy. And he's got some fantastic stats. But Memphis Depay, I think, you know, he is versatile. He can be used as a striker or a cam. I think it's a decent card. I think if you've got a league on team, it's, you know, it is a card that you should probably consider doing. Of course, only really if you've got like the only way you're going to be able to fit him in, of course, mainly is if you've got Dutch players or a league on team kind of going on. I do want to have a look at the objectives before I show this video, but on the whole, the SBC for me isn't quite as good value for money as the Alessandrini SBC, but it's certainly better value for money than the Aguero SBC. I can understand people doing the SBC, put it that way. I don't think he's terrible value for money. It doesn't seem that we've been given any new objectives for today. It was just that Memphis Depay SBC, but on the whole, it's a pretty cool card. Let me guys know in the comment section whether you're going to be doing this SBC. But anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys later.